Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a chocolate cake. It's just a chocolate cake with glaze. So yeah, hope you like it and make sure you like and subscribe. Alright, so to start off today, I have a cup of white granulated sugar in this bowl and another cup of regular brown sugar in the bowl. To that, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Well, as best as I can do. Alright. Oh, it's spilling. And it's about 3. That's probably way off 3. Alright, put that over there. Alright, then I'm going to mix. Just lightly mix these together so that they mix, I don't know, just to get them mixed together. Alright, so kind of mixed up. I have half a cup of melted butter, which is 1 stick. The bowl. And then I'm going to add in about like a teaspoon of vanilla. And a tad more. And still. Alright. Okay. So now I'm going to throw in 2 eggs. Alright. And then alright, so now I got the eggs in there. I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up a little bit. Crack the egg yolks, just get these things to get all the sugars moist so everything gets a little wet. Alright, and then I'm going to add in 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to level off with my knife. Okay, we're going to need this flour soon. I'm going to add in a big pinch of salt. And 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Make sure it's soda, not powdered. Soda. Okay? That's in there. Now I'm going to mix this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And here I have it's milk. It's almost a cup of milk and a tablespoon of vinegar. I'm going to pour that in. This is how you can make buttermilk. If you have buttermilk at home, just use a cup of buttermilk, but I didn't have buttermilk, so I'm using about a cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. You could also use lemon juice if you don't have vinegar at home instead of vinegar. So now I'm going to mix all of this together, which might take a little bit. Okay. So that's a little bit mixed together. It's still a little runny, and so I'm going to add in 1 more cup of all-purpose flour. Make sure that's in there. Now I'm going to mix this all together. Alright, so that's what the batter looks like right now. And now I'm going to add in 1 cup of boiling water. Okay, and stir that in. Alright. And once this is all stirred in, I'm going to pour it into a 9x13 pan and put it into the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Alright, so I got my batter poured into my pan, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap it on the table to get all these air bubbles off the top of it. And then I'm going to put it into the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and then we'll check it with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, it's done. If it's not, leave it in for about 5 more minutes. Alright, so on the cake, we're going to make a glaze. You could just use a frosting, but we're going to make a chocolate glaze. So in this bowl, I have 3 tablespoons of like melted and softened butter. And in here I have 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. So I'm going to try to get that out the best I can. Yeah. Alright. So that's in there. I'm going to add in a little bit of vanilla. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to put on 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. 1, 2, 3. Alright? I'm going to melt this in the microwave, but if you want, you can use a double boiler, which is just a pot with water and then the bowl on top of that pot. But I'm going to use the microwave because it's easier. All right, so I got my glaze made here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour it over the top of this cake. And when I made the cake, I forgot to spray the pan, so it ripped right here, as you can see. And so, but it's fine. I'm just gonna cover up with the glaze, and I'm just gonna like drizzle / pour it right over the top of the cake. Alright, so my cake is now glazed, and the reason I use the glaze is because I don't really like frosting that much, and the glaze is easier to make. And because this cake is really airy, the glaze will sink down into it and really make the cake moist. So that's how you make chocolate cake. I hope you like it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and that's how you cook it.